goal for this live? It's going to be down here. I think we're going to do two things. I think we are going to redo the entrance. So when you come into this village, you'll have a good view of the kingdom. I think we're going to work on that. Adjust how the land comes across. Probably going to demolish all of these buildings and just completely set that up differently. I think that's the goal. I think that's the plan. Welcome in, welcome in. How's everybody doing? Kaylin, welcome in. Hafia, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? Hafa, how do you say that? We've got to figure that out. Haifa, Hafa, hello. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. How's your day? Day, evening, night? I don't know. How is it? Tat, welcome in. How are you? Tat, I saw you over in Luma's live. Is that where I saw you? Hopefully your day's going well. Kaylin, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? Yeah, so the plan for today, I think we kind of put these buildings down just kind of like fillers and space holders and kind of get a rough layout of how we want the village to go on this lower part. But I think we're probably going to demolish that. And we are going, here, let's do the fly around mode, 'cause I feel like you can kind of get a perspective of it a little bit better. So we're going to rework this entryway. Mac, welcome in. How are you? And right now we have the entryway coming in over here. So when it comes in over here, if you're a visitor coming here, you'll come in and cool. That's neat. You can see the floating kingdom and all that. But we're going to shift it over to here. So this way, when you come in, there's the edge of the map right there. But this way, when you come in, you get much more of a, type of moment. And you get to see much more of the floating kingdom. You know what I mean? Noah, welcome in, welcome in. Bro, I played this since today. How are you building that? Noah, hang around. Watch the live, ask questions. I'll try to answer some questions. I'll definitely demonstrate some stuff. And as we go, definitely ask. Sometimes just watching, you'll learn a lot just by watching. But we do a lot of different things. Eventually, someone's definitely going to come in and ask about creating floating buildings. So we'll probably definitely demonstrate. Usually that's almost every single live. But we'll do different things. We'll go over like layering, doing extra details to make your buildings kind of pop a little bit more rather than just looking like a basic building. You know what I mean? And even the basic buildings look good. That's the thing about this game. This game just looks so good. But we do some extra things. We add some extra layers. We add some extra details. We make sure we fill the space with clutter so that it looks busy, it looks lively, and it looks good. Mimi, welcome in, welcome in. Jenna, welcome in. How are you? How are you? Superfan status, Mimi and Kaylin coming in. How are y'all? Kia, welcome in. Do you use reference? Sometimes we just kind of wing it. Like this kingdom in itself is inspired by Mount Saint Michel over in southern France. So of course it's definitely not a duplicate of it, but it's used just that as a reference to get inspiration on like the form of it, the shape, these characteristics that come off, the different layering of the kingdom, because it's how tall it is, how over high the rest of it is, all that stuff. Also, real quick before we get carried away with it, Mac, thank you for the heart me, the go populars to the tiny Carl Canyon with the heart me. Coming in with the finger heart, taking the title gift spot. AJ with the rose, Mimi with the heart me, Kia with the heart me, Alley Cat, Llama. Thank you all so much for the heart me's. And Kia with the You're Awesomes. How are y'all? How are y'all? Did you finish the map? Girl. Whew, it takes us like a month to finish our maps. We get a little slow with it. We get distracted. We chat, answer questions, do demonstrations and such stuff. Rodriguez, welcome in, welcome in. Alley Cat, how are you? How are you? AJ, how are you? Jenna, thank you. Tommy, wait. Can you make up the lore? So it's floating because, like I said, this is inspired by Mount Saint Michel over in southern France, and so that kingdom, it's kind of isolated, surrounded by water, and during high tide, it's not accessible. It's only accessible during the low tide, from what I understand. I didn't really look that much into it. Probably should. So that's kind of why we did it floating. You know what I mean? So it's only accessible by whatever ways the locals know. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anna, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? This is so pretty. How do you find inspiration? Every time I open Tiny Glade, I don't know what to build. So again, like if you're new to Tiny Glade, one of the things I always recommend to people that are new to Tiny Glade is to hop on Google and just search cute, cozy cottages, churches, cabins. Just search something like that and recreate it. Castles, anything like that. Just sometimes you do have to. It's not southern France, it's northwest. All right, well, it's over in France, somewhere over there. But regardless, that's what it's inspired by. Liz, welcome in. I do the peak of the buildings. So the very top of it, when you click your buildings and you right click your roofs, you get an arrow on the very top. You can drag that arrow upwards and it makes it steep. So you get taller peaks like that. This one, we always talk about doing layering. So this one, we put a roof on top of a roof. And we put two roofs on top of themselves and twisted them to give that effect right there. So yeah. So here, let's demonstrate real quick. We do a lot of demonstrations. We talk about a lot of things. So if y'all have questions, definitely ask. We'll try to do things. We'll do it with this building right here. So what we can do, you can right click all of your buildings, right? When you right click them, that's what gives you all your different edit options. So if we're doing like a steeple and we want to have something fancy to it, we can do multiple roofs and stack them on top of each other, right? So along with right clicking, you can also just click and drag, and that'll change the effects of it. So maybe we want something like this, and then we can take another building. Here, we'll just take this guy and drag. Actually, we'll try to keep it centered. So we can get on top of it. When you when you hover over the top of it, it snaps to the center of it. So we can do something like this. We're not going to make it much bigger. We'll actually keep it smaller. We can drag this down and drag this one up taller. And so you can see that it gives it a little bit of a different effect on the roof. So that's one of the ways that we do it with layering. And then we can do the exact same thing, except this time we'll put it on top, we'll right click it, and we'll rotate it. And again, take it down so it matches up somewhat with the height, and then drag it up. So now you get something like that. Then we take this guy, bring it up a little bit so maybe it hits it at different spots, or you can drag it out. So you can do different things like that. And I'll give you roofs that'll be a little more unique and have a little extra detail than your standard roofs. And then even if, so like where that meets, maybe you don't like the way that meets, you can always do more layering, like what we did right here. We use the stairs tool and we put a circular building around it. Kind of give that transition maybe a little bit of a smoother effect, maybe a little bit of something different, but just different things you can do. So yeah. But regardless, how's everyone's day? What we got going on today? What's everyone doing for lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever it is? What are we doing? Anything exciting? Anything exciting planned? How do you create floating interiors? I'm not sure how you create floating interiors. Flame, how are you doing? That's a great roof idea. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Major Man, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? Been playing this game so much? That's awesome. Learning from the lives. That's great. Alex, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Crafty, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you doing? How are you? Oh my God, you're everywhere. Alley Cat, how are you doing today? How are you? All right, let's I don't know. You know, we might not even need to delete those buildings. Probably redo them anyways. But let's mess with this. Let's mess with how we're doing the entranceway over here because that's what we came in for. So let's erase all this. Let's figure out how we're gonna do this. We'll just go ahead and erase this part too. We can adjust it. So when we bring our camera in, let's use this for judgment for where we want our entrance to be. Canyon. Thanks for the 3 finger hearts and the 9 roses. I think I've missed some gifts. So let me check the gifts real quick as well while we put ourselves down here just to look. Let's see. Alley Cat, where we stopped earlier. Canyon had the finger heart earlier. AJ with the rose. Beamy with the finger hearts. Just kidding, with the heart me. Kia with the heart me. Alley Cat with the heart me. Llama coming in with the heart me. Kia with the you're awesome. Shadow coming in with the heart me. Canyon with 3 additional finger hearts and 9 roses. Nat, welcome in. How are you? Phantom, how are you doing? Where's the brothel? Brother. Yeah, let's look at that real quick. Between like these trees and stuff. Something like right here. Let's just put a building here to make sure we're at the right spot. You know, we can kind of look from this perspective, but let's double check because, yeah, that's good. That's good. AR, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? Lawrence, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? All right, let's do this. We'll come in and then kind of turn off this way. And I guess we can bring the land back. We can do that. We'll see how it looks. Sure, it's not going too crazy. Feel like having entrances to your villages definitely slightly important. We can make it look a little better, look a little different, do whatever we need to do with it. I think what we'll do is multiplayer available. It's not. It is not. I wish we could do signs a little better. In all honesty, we're gonna go and delete this part. I want a house like this for real. I did build my dream house in one of the streams. Let's see, I think we're going to do Alley Cat. How's your day going? I think these will be a little too big for what I'm going for. Let's just put it down and see. Do we want it like that? What we're trying to do here, we're trying to create a little entryway. Like, you know how you go into little community centers or subdivisions or what do you want to call them? Shopping centers. You know how sometimes they'll have somewhat fancy entryways. That's what we're going for. Build in Minecraft creative mode. Yeah, so I've played in Minecraft, and don't get me wrong, I enjoy Minecraft, but it's definitely not the same. Like, I definitely think this game is much more aesthetically appealing. Minecraft is definitely fun, and in all honesty, when it comes to Minecraft, I kind of enjoy the cave exploring part of Minecraft a little more than the actual building component of it. I don't know. I feel like the scaling with Minecraft is definitely challenging. But that's also just my opinion on it. That's not quite exactly what I was hoping for with that. People do crazy builds. Yeah. So I did start playing Minecraft literally for the first time, like a month ago. And it's definitely fun, and people are very creative with it, but you know, I don't think the building aspect of it, I don't think that's my thing. But since I started playing with it, my For You page has been filled with Minecraft inspiration on builds. Definitely crazy. So what we're doing right here, as an FYI, I plan on putting a wooden beam going from one side to the other. And the way we're gonna do this is with the fence. There's a lot of mods you can add to it. Yeah, it does. It does. Mo, welcome in. Superfan status Mo. Coming in. How's work? Are you still at work right now, Mo? See? This is definitely not looking the way I was hoping that we could make it look. On your break? Let's go. What's for lunch? What's for lunch? Anna, how are you doing? See, we can't get any smaller than that object either. Public server where we can visit other builds. Anna, I agree. You know, I honestly don't have that many complaints about the game at all. But one of the things I do wish they had was public servers. Even if it was only like a thing where you could upload for like, you know, like 2 weeks or something like that, then it gets taken down due to server space and maintenance or whatever have you, you know? But having a space where you could upload your builds and then people could explore them would be amazing. Sensation, welcome in, man. 60 stream streak, brother. That's amazing. Thank you so much, friend. Honestly, when it comes to this, I'm not sure. This is definitely not coming out the way I was anticipating it to. But let's just keep messing with it, see what happens with it. If we don't like it, we'll delete it, try again later, do something different. How do you get so good at building? A little bit of obsession, a little bit of attention to detail, watching other streamers. So right now we're just creating like a little entryway spot. So now you go into like villages, maybe not villages, okay, maybe like shopping centers or cul-de-sacs and stuff like that. They'll have just like little entryways. That's kind of what we're trying to create at the moment. But I feel like that's just kind of a little excessively large for that. So we might have to do something different. And maybe even if we do, like, let's see, let's do this. Let's delete that. Let's do a square building right here. And then let's take our wall tool. Let's delete this corner. Come over here. Delete this corner. Let's edit it and make it kind of a little flatter on the top part. Someone say pineapple on pizza? Yes. Let's do something this, perhaps. Lower down. Can sketch. Welcome in, friend. How are you? Coming with 7 roses. How are you doing today? I'm not sure if you said anything in the chat, but Ashkin Sketch is another TikTok content creator, and they post videos of or go live and do sketches of crazy buildings that will definitely inspire your tiny lead builds. Anti, welcome in. Thank you for the DJ headphones. How are you doing, friend? How are you? But since we're talking about Ashkin Sketch, let's look at something real quick. So we talked about builds and sketches that'll inspire you. So I came across his live one day and I was like, dude, your sketches are freaking amazing. Can I rebuild them? And he was like, do it. So this building right here, this one specifically, this is inspired by one of his sketches. Of course, it's got a little bit of differences compared to his sketch, but you can definitely see from his sketches to this, that's definitely where it was inspired from. Same thing with this building right here, which is pretty cool. I imagine it's neat from his perspective also, seeing it in a 3D type of thing. And then same thing with this building. So definitely check him out. He goes live, also has just awesome personality, great voice, very artistic. But yeah, that's it. Looks up, love how you made it your own. Absolutely, absolutely. I think it all blends in pretty well. I never did get around to making that one that you sent me. I feel like I get just so distracted with the current builds. You know what I mean? But regardless, maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll get to it. So let's try to connect these. Do the same thing over here. Oops, that's interesting. I wonder where it went. Definitely didn't delete it. Let's try that again. Possibly. No. We'll just connect them like this, yeah. Something about close enough, good enough, right? What are we building today? So the current build here, let's float around. I'm not sure if you've been in much to see this current build. I'm sure you've seen some of the posts, but we're doing our floating kingdom. So that's what we're still working on. We're still working on our floating kingdom. At the moment, we're working on the entryway coming into the village. So if you're a visitor coming in from the outside, this is essentially the path that you'll come in from. So I relocated it because we did have it coming in from over here, but of course after progression of the build and so on and so forth, I think coming in from this direction will be much better. That way, if you're a visitor coming in, you'll look up and this is what you see. You know? So I think this will be a great spot to do it. So we're creating some little pillars and some little posts. I'm probably gonna put some lights on them or something like that. Maybe run a fence from one to the other, do some flowers and such stuff. And that way it'll be kind of our little entryway. And then we're going to have to rebuild these buildings. I mean, we're going to have to replan them, put the foundations down a little differently, and figure out where we're going to put them. So we're going to adjust those today as well. Marlene, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? How's your day? How's everything going? We're at 22,000 likes as well. So yeah, this is what we have so far. The Floating Kingdom, I think it's turned out pretty good. Pretty good. But we have these two. I think we're going to do something different up here as well. We've got these little I don't know what you want to call them, the more like the upper class houses. It was hot today, 37 degrees Celsius. Ooh, that sounds hot. An entry sign, yes. Marlene, I'm doing good. Julius, welcome in, welcome in. Generally speaking, it's 15 US dollars, but it goes on sale about every other month. It goes on sale. So if you can't afford it now, or if you want to watch, check some of the lives out, see what other people create, watch other people play before you commit some money to it. Hang tight for a little bit. Eventually, it will go on sale again. When it goes on sale, it ranges from $11, $13, or the regular $15 price. But you get the full game. There's no DLC. There's no extensions, no packs. Everything is right there with the game, and you're able to do all of this once you buy the game. Marlene, thank you for the heart meat, the Go Populars, and the Tiny Carls. Thank you, friend. Hang tight, hang tight. Let me take a sip. Yeah, this is what we have so far. This place has turned out pretty good. Pretty good. No money that you need to buy for buildings. Nope. Like I said, once you buy this game, you have everything unlocked. There's no leveling up, no DLC, no challenges, no progression. It's just building. Your imagination is what limits you. That's all it is. From the sippy cup. That's crazy. Julius, thanks for the follow, friend. Also, what we're doing, just as an FYI, Julius, what we are doing today, at some point, we'll probably do it after the live, probably do it this evening, but we are gifting this game to people. With this live, people come in and they send gifts, and they do the heart me's and all that stuff, and it's 110% appreciative. But what we do, streaming and going live and stuff, it's kind of just like a little thing I do on the sideline for my actual job and all that good stuff in my spare time. So, with that being said, what we do is we take the money that we earn from streaming and we give it back to the community. So, we've gifted this game. We gifted it to Alley Cat recently. We gifted this game to, I still need to tally it up. The last I tallied it up, we were at 26 people. And I think since then, we've gifted it to 3 additional people. And we're going to gift it to some more people today, just as an FYI. So send me a message, check your PC, check your MacBook, make sure you can play it. And there's a potential you could be gifted the game. So yeah. That's the plan. Got ourselves a little church over here. These little buildings. Alright, let's get back to what we're building. Which is honestly kind of questionable as to if we even know what we're building. What I would kind of like to build is I passed one of these in real life here recently. And it was essentially like how this is. Maybe we'll just try kind of recreating what it was. It had a wall that came off of it, kind of like so. Do we still have a path right there? What do we got going on? There we go. Are you able to upload and insert? I don't know what that means, Rebecca. Honestly, I don't know what that means. I missed a bit because those buildings are looking good. These ones over here, I went through, I've done these buildings. I think our last live, we did this building right here. And it kind of like comes around this way and does that. So I think we added this building and this building last live, which we need to adjust this guy and do it like that so it's not connecting. And we did this guy, and I want to say we went through and did a little bit of lighting and such stuff. But yeah. This build looks amazing. Thank you, Rudy. So for everyone that's in here as well, we mentioned Ash Can Sketch. Rudy's in here also. Rudy plays this game. And they're currently working on a One Piece inspired build, if you're familiar with that anime show. Do we want to do this kind of squared or coming off? Do I like Assassin's Creed? I used to. I used to love Assassin's Creed, but I haven't played it in a while. So I'm completely out of touch with any new or recent Assassin's Creed. Just saying. Maybe we'll do something like that. Coming off at an angle. Bring it to a point. Something like that, maybe. And then maybe let's take a flat section of stairs. Run it up like this. Let's delete the base of it. Take a flat section of stairs. Bring it over like this. Kind of match that angle. Let's change the color. Make it, do you want to do white? We can, honestly, with it kind of having that height difference, that kind of looks good. I'll just do something like that. Glenn, welcome and thanks for sharing. Enjoy the live, have fun. All right, Mo. As always, big smooches. Good luck at work. Have fun. Thanks for the good jobs. We'll catch you next time. Big smooches. Love you. Bye. Jorge, welcome in. Thank you for the 3 TikToks. Marlene with the 5 finger hearts and Rudy with the heart me. Marlene with the 5 tiny carls also. Thank you so much, you all. Thank you so much. I feel like for this, the concept doesn't look bad, kind of. It could be better. Let's add some more layers to it. Let's do maybe like something like this. We're just gonna keep messing with it, see what we can come up with. Maybe we like it, maybe we don't. If we don't like it, then guess what? As per usual, we'll delete it. Sometimes that's just the way it is. Savvy, welcome in. So we're making like a little entryway for when you first come into the village. This will kind of be the entrance to what you see. So the path will come along this way, and this will kind of be like the like welcome sign per se. But we might kind of shift it a little bit and have this come more out like that. In all honesty, trusting the process, girl. I mean, trusting the process is good, but sometimes the process does make mistakes. Not gonna lie. It's always good to trust, but but sometimes it gets a little wild. So we'll see. Anyways. Who else is playing Tiny Glade? What other projects do we have working on? Do I have a reference? For this I do not. I kind of drove past one earlier today that made me think of doing this, except the one that I drove past earlier today, and I wish I could create something more like it. But the one that I drove past, it was more like a single pillar type thing, kind of like this, and then it had a fence that ran across the middle of it, and then it had another one that was kind of shorter that it matched up with over here. So in all honesty, that's kind of what I was hoping I'd be able to recreate, something kind of simple like that, but it's not turning out quite exactly like that. That's kind of the vision for it. And I was thinking maybe putting a light on top of it with the stairs tool. Take the railing off of it. Delete the base of it to a different color for the top of it. Something like this. A little bit of overhang. Change the color of it. So I mean, something like that was kind of like the thought behind it. They should add stained glass. Yeah, stained glass would definitely be a cool thing. You can do some tricks to do features kind of like stained glass. Like some people will take little square windows like these ones right here, and they'll put several of them together. Maybe not the stacked ones, but they'll put several of them like this. And then you can do them with different colors. And this is just a rough doing of them. Keep that in mind. So we can do like purple, yellow, green, orange. Let's do a whole bunch of random different colors. And then take another wall and put it in front of it. Like this. And put a window there. You can kind of get the effect of stained glass windows. So you can kind of do stuff like that. You can also do this other style of windows. And I mean, it kind of gives you that effect, right? So you can mess with it and do various things. Like here, let's look at one of our other builds real quick. We always do this, but sometimes little distractions and sidetracks are good. So this church, for the longest time, this is one of my favorite churches. just like the gothic look of it. But on the back side, we did this. So I thought that looked pretty cool. But that's doing the exact opposite way. On the can we deconstruct it real quick? So we did the freestanding wall with the square windows, and then the actual building itself, we did the regular square windows, but stacked on top of themselves back there. That way we could do that. So there's definitely different ways to do it. It's kind of challenging. I did it on another map also, but I don't think it turned out quite as good. We did it on this map. So, you know, different ways, different things. Raven, love it. Let's go. Rapture, super fan status. Rapture coming in with the Tiny Carl, the Heartbeat, and the Go Popular. Carl, hi, how are you? Gothic style's one of my favorites, yeah. Honestly, for the longest time, as simple as that church is, for the longest time, that was one of my favorite churches I've done. But when you look at this during the daytime, and I kind of wish that they would do a little different with the windows on freestanding walls. If you do a window on a freestanding wall, they look busted rather than looking like a proper window. Like maybe in the future, that'll be something that they can edit where you can do proper windows that you can see through or busted windows, you know? Rapture, thank you so much for the level up sparks. Gar, how are you? But see, when you do these windows, like these windows look fine, which I'm glad they don't look busted. But yeah. So, I mean, it's different things, different ways to do it. And you can adjust these things so that they line up a little bit differently. Nighttime's the best time for it for sure. Yeah, I agree. They show you choose between busted or not. Yeah, I agree. I'm so glad it's Friday. It's been a week of Mondays. Rapture, just wait until Monday comes back around. Just wait. Just wait. How's your day going? What kind of weekend plans do you have? Does anyone have anything exciting planned? Any like, I don't know, weddings that they're going to? Any events? Any parties? Any social gatherings, concerts, anything crazy? Let's see. We like the way this looks. Honestly, we might skip this. I might have to look for some inspiration and come back to this. We might have to skip this and come back with inspiration because I don't know. Let's mess with this one right here a little bit more before we do anything with it. But we'll figure something out. But I honestly think I might need some inspiration to help me out with this. You've got dinner with the best friend tonight and then birthday dinner tomorrow? Whose birthday? Your birthday? Steph, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? Marlene says, I don't know what your plan is, X. My plan, I don't know if I ever honestly have a plan. Sometimes you just gotta wing it and see how it goes. Sometimes winging it works out, sometimes it doesn't. You know, it's hard to tell. What if we do this? It's that up. Shrink it down. Do the same thing going the other way. Your birthday's in October. It's your cousin's birthday? Okay. Okay. How old your cousin turning? Are y'all close in age? Can we do plants in the middle to fill the gaps? Like, talking about right down here? We could. We can try doing that. I mean, maybe we'll just mess with it for a bit and see how it looks. And if it looks good, then we'll keep it. If it doesn't, then we just wasted some time trying. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be alright. What's it hurt? That's why pencils come with erasers. You know what I mean? Raise that up. Delete the base. Oops. Delete that part. Bring this down. And we rebuild. Yes. Makey, welcome in, welcome in. Also, we've got 136 people in here. If you're new here, if you've been hanging out, if you've been lurking, if you enjoy Tiny Glade, enjoy the content, enjoy the live, do me a favor. Drop a follow. Say something in the chat. Do the thing. Send some likes. All that good stuff. Share the live. You know what I mean? Do all the stuff. It's a fun Sunday. Dude, that's so funny. Your niece's parties today. Look. Nimble, welcome in. Thanks for sharing. You, how's your day going? Can you play on iPad or just PC? It's just on Mac and PC. So unfortunately, you cannot play it on iPad. Maybe one day they'll release it. They just recently released it on Mac. So I feel like since they just recently released it on Mac, maybe one day they plan on doing some additional consoles or platforms potentially. But I honestly, I don't know. I can't tell you. Let's try doing something different with this. Let's actually bring this over here. Can we cut this right here? And let's drag that guy out of the way. We're just trying to mess with this little arch right here. See what this looks like. You know, on mobile would go crazy. Yeah, I feel like on mobile, I don't know, like doing it on mouse and keyboard is easy. Doing this on controller, I feel like would be impossible. I feel like that would definitely be challenging. But doing it on mobile with touchscreen, I think that would probably be quite the challenge. Quite the challenge for sure. Yeah, we're trying to manipulate this thing and just kind of get a different type of arch with it. Was kind of what I was going for with this. But I don't think it's really creating much. Let's take it and move it over here and make it bigger. Drag that towards the middle, narrow that down. We're trying to do something kind of like that. That's what I was trying to create, something kind of like that, but I don't think it's really going to incorporate well with this. The sounds, for real. The developers did a good job with a lot of the features of this game, such as the sounds. They really did just make it all aesthetically appealing. That kind of, what do you want to call it? The audio that just feels good, you know? You're curious what the live schedule is? Pretty consistent. Yeah, so I've got it on my profile, but generally speaking, I go live most weekdays around 2 p.m. The weekends are kind of up in the air because I am married, do have a wife, and I do hang out with my wife, and we do social things on the weekends and all that good stuff. So I do have, regular life obligation things, but for the most part, most weekdays around 2 p.m. I try to go live at nighttime as well, sometime after 8 o'clock in the evening, but that's not always guaranteed either because, like I said, I'm married, stuff is going on in life. Sometimes you can't always make the full commitment. For the most part, Tiny Glade is what we are playing. It's what we're obsessed with at the moment. It's what we're doing. We think it's just kind of turning out pretty good. Should we like bring it out more? This part right here, bring it out so it's more forward facing. Flimsy, welcome in. Happy wife, happy life. You. Let's talk about that. Okay, happy wife, happy life. When are we gonna put the man first? You know what I mean? Like when is it gonna be happy husband? What's the saying for happy husband? You know? Are we just do husbands not matter? You know? Happy spouse, happy house. Happy wife, happy husband. Give them food, happy husband, done. Marlene. Sometimes takes a little more than the food. You know? Let's see. Let's do this right here, possibly. Before we get too committed to this part, let's do a quick little recap on it. All right. So, so challenging. The quote definitely needs to be rebranded. Yes. Yes. What if we do this, possibly? Let me talk to my dog. So let me talk to my dog real quick. That's funny. HB, welcome in. Thanks for the follow over there. Is he okay? Yeah. So, like I said, he has an ear infection, and it caused a hematoma on his ear, so they had to put a drain in. And he's wearing a cone. He's got the cone of shame until the 26th of this month, and that's when they're gonna take the drain out. And maybe, hopefully, when the drain comes out, he doesn't have to continue wearing the cone. So sometimes he gets in like just lick fits and all that stuff. If that's a long time, it is. It is. Mark, welcome in. Thank you for the follow, friend. Not the follow, the heart me. Mark, how's your day going? What do we think? Are we on to something? What if we take this and make it longer when we do this? What if we do that? Let's take this guy. Move it out of the way. Broccoli's your favorite? Let's take this stuff. Kind of scoot it over here just a little bit. We'll repurpose it. Let's take this guy. Put it back. Maybe stretch it out kind of like this. If it's not squared, that's okay. Just woke up, currently 3 a.m. Vanix, welcome in. How are you? How's 3 a.m. going? Hopefully you can get back to sleep. What time's the alarm go off for work? Bring that in. Take this guy. There. Carl. Kind of in my way right now, buddy. Over there. Simply bring this guy over. You should be doing homework, housework, or editing, but instead I'm gonna play this. Do it as a treat. Alley Cat, 10 out of 10. Do it. All right, what do we think? What do we think? Is this? Let's delete this stuff. Delete that. Get rid of that path right there. Do we think that looks like a Marlene? Have a good day, evening, night. Actually, over there, I think it's probably close to bedtime. So, Marlene, as always, thanks for coming in. Big smooches. Love you. Bye. Hopefully, dinner was well. Have a good day, friend. Mark, how have you been doing? What we think? What we think? Is this worthy? Is this good? Should we stick with it? Should we keep going? Do something different? Leave it. See if it grows on us. Put a bush in front of it, possibly. Let's do small flowers. You had a dream about a tree on a secluded island with bridges connecting to the surrounding islands. I made it happen. Is that what you did in Tiny Glade, Anita? Nani, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? I feel like I haven't seen you in here in a minute. How are you? Hopefully your day's going well. Yes? Nita, did you put it on the Discord? Should we do flowers going across the middle? Put a light on the top of it? You know, I don't know. We'll see how it looks. If we don't like it, maybe we'll get inspiration from some stuff IRL and we'll make it happen. Do we have something in the middle of this? Can we put a light in the middle of this to make this glow like we do on a lot of our others? Let's see if we can put a light in there. You haven't been in the live just because of work? Alright, Nani, I'm gonna need you to quit. Okay? Set your priorities. I'm gonna need you to do the quit thing. And come back into here. Make it possible. Okay. Alright. Let's do this. Take this. Tuck that in. Bring down. Actually, no, let's do it at nighttime. You're currently working on a tunnel underground, but over the river. Okay, that's very confusing. I'm just gonna throw that out there. A tunnel underground, but over the river. I am boss. Nani, if you're the boss, then I need you to make it happen. do it central like that. That kind of look good per se, a little bit. We click that. Just the light, please. Please. Can we touch the light? Easy Bake Oven, the official Easy Bake Oven. Welcome in. Thank you for the heart me, the Tiny Carl, and the Go Popular. Mark also, I don't know if I got you, but thank you for the Tiny Carl and the Go Popular. Shadow, thank you for the Tiny Carl. Rapture, I see you send some gifts as well. I'm pretty sure I got you, but regardless, thank you so much. Nimble's coming in with the heart me also. Thank you, friend. Looks really nice. Can we center the lantern? I know, that's what I was trying to do. So we just kind of like super zoomed. Sorry. I think what we'll have to do, I think we'll have to delete the lantern, possibly, by chance. We'll have to delete it, just like that. And what if, honestly, it's still not centered? What if it's still not centered? It's funny how lives / streams transcend platforms from YouTube to here. What does that even mean? Did you come from the other app, AOI? Is that where you came from? You, I mean, every time I get into Tiny Glade again, I get these lives and realize I'm not glading like you guys. It takes time. Definitely takes time. Attention to detail, a little bit of patience, real life inspiration. You know, definitely takes time. So this is why you guys say he's a perfectionist. You know, we've got to make it. We've got to make it look good. You know, honestly though, I think we might have to get rid of the bushes because I feel like the bushes. What do we think? Okay, what do we think? Because this is where we're gonna be coming in to see our village. So that'd be like our little welcoming sign per se. And it'd be nice if we could put like a sign hanging off like right here, perhaps, or maybe even a sign right here that says like the floating kingdom. And then boom. That's your floating kingdom as you come into your village. I'm just saying that I used to watch YouTube streams, but now streams, it's done. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Pause. That's gorgeous. AOI. Uno reverse. Pause. You're gorgeous. Let's just be for real. Okay, AOI? Psh, let's be for real. You don't have any sign decorations? No, they don't have signs for decorating. And I feel like, so here's the thing. Like people say we need more decorations. Cookie Monster, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? It's just this floating kingdom. We're just creating. This is our current project. We've completed all the way up to this point. So we have to work on these buildings over here. We're doing the entryway right now, and we still need to do right up there. But as we were saying, Vanix, thank you for the Heart Me first time gift and the freaking Tiny Carl. Vanix, thank you. Thank you so much. But they literally just released this game on Mac, right? And I feel like doing that is a huge move from the developers to do whatever you have to do to make the game compatible for the Mac platform. So, with that being said, in September, next month, they're coming out with an update. So, the developers are definitely committed to the game and making it better. You know, so I can only imagine that like signs, bushes, more flowers, more decorative options, more edit features, different wall styles, different colors. I imagine all that stuff is 100% in line with what they're thinking of doing. But I don't know. Sarah, 10 out of 10 recommend you get it. Actually, Sarah, what we're doing, what we've been doing is we've been gifting this game to followers with what we earn from TikTok Live. So, Natasha Outdoors, welcome in. But what we do with what we earn from TikTok, we gift this game to the community. So we've gifted it to 26 people so far. Honestly, I think we're at like 29. But shoot me a message, check your PC, check your Mac, make sure you can run it. Send me a message. we'll potentially gift it to you. Not sure who all we're gifting it to, but we'll gift it to some people. Tasha, hopefully everything's going well. Hopefully life's going good. Hopefully your day's going good. Well, I guess more like evening for you. Also, Natasha, girl, you still in here? How was that meteor shower? How was that? Was that awesome? So what do we think? Does that look good? Does that look good? Do we want to sit with it? Let's delete the flowers. Possibly maybe do just one row of flowers. You've never seen anything like it. Did you get to see the eclipse too? Was that in your area? I should have. So it was an overcast throughout the night here, so I never got up and bothered to look at it because I figured it would just be cloudy because that's what they were calling for all night. Maybe we'll do like a little small bush right there and then just light flowers over here. Wasn't much of the, yeah, okay. Did y'all see the girl on TikTok who looked directly into the, no, I didn't. Is she okay? That's crazy. Buddy, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Sarah, thanks for the follow. Thank you. Yeah, if you've been hanging out, if you've been lurking, do me a favor. Drop a follow. Say something in the chat. Do all the good stuff. What about flowers across the top middle? Should we do that? Burned her retinas? No doubt. Hopefully it's not permanent damage. Yeah, I saw some videos of the meteor shower as well. And I don't know if they're true or not, but you know, in all honesty, maybe we can just put, you know, let's try it like this, because we're going to sink them in there and try to do that. Instead of having the big thing of flowers over top of it, we're going to sink them in there like we do sometimes. Let's just get that in there correctly. Yeah, hopefully that's not permanent damage. All right, let's these flowers right here. Where's our props at? I'll just grab it from here. Let's grab this guy. And just gotta do some of this. Should we turn to daytime? I know for a lot of people it's daytime, and if you're outside and it's nighttime on the game, it makes your screen dark, makes it a lot harder to see. So I think we're going to turn to daytime. So bear with me. We're just gonna go and do that. Even though the nighttime is pretty cool, pretty calm, for the majority of people that are watching, probably still daytime. Why do people do that? Like, seriously? Yeah, you know, Rodriguez, it's hard to tell, you know, and I feel bad for people, but like, it's definitely hard to figure what's going through someone's mind. Let's do that, yeah. Let's do this. Tomorrow, welcome in. Amazing, I feel calm here. Glad you feel calm here. Hopefully your day's going well. Tell us, since you're chatting, what's for dinner? What time is it where you are? What's for dinner? What's for lunch? What's for breakfast? Whatever meal. What are we having? Tell us all about it. The sign in the middle. Yeah, so I like to do the cookie. I like to do the signs as entryways into the villages whenever I do them. Let's raise it up back here a little bit. Let's make it a little more skinny, yeah. So it's kind of hidden. Maybe it's just this side. I just need to take that and tuck it in there. And then this side's poking through. So can we do that? Can we bring it back just a little bit? Maybe we can put one of those smaller flowers in there. Or, you know, let's take it out and then take this guy. Oh gosh, we let go of it. Take this guy and do this with it, perhaps. do we think? Is that up to par? Does that look good? Your process is super calming. AOI. Thank you, friend. Bean? Is that super fan status freaking bean? One baked bean? Girl. Bean. Friend. Just say no. We're too close to the edge, so this is gonna be a very funny shape to be. Bean. Don't be weird about it. Don't be weird about it. Just say no. You're the first one that we've done this to. Bean. How are you? What do we think, though? Is that satisfactory? Are we good with it? Are we gonna say that that looks like our kingdom entranceway? Varens, welcome in, welcome in. Bean says, I love that. Look, it's in the shape of a bean. Let's just pretend that this is a bean. Like it's somewhat like a kidney bean, perhaps, possibly. Or just a I wish I was a bean, like a Make-A-Wish bean that was wishing it was a bean, but not quite a bean because it kind of looks like, yeah, special bean. There you go. A special bean. We'll just pretend. And you know what? Sometimes beans have different colors to them. So we'll give this one a funny colored A. So it's bean. Bean says, I'm special, yes. Yes, me. I'm special. How's your day going, Bean? All right, let's look at this in nighttime. Let's do nighttime real quick. Another thing that we can do to possibly make this pop a little more for our entranceway is we can put lights and we can sink the lights in so they're not quite all the way on the top of it, but we can put more lights up here. Let's just kind of do that just to see. Click it and drag it, please. Oh, you know what? That's interesting. So just learned something. If you hold the control key and then click it, instead of moving it, it allows you to rotate it. But if you just click it, it moves it. But if you hold the control key, it just does the rotating. That's interesting. I think we just found something out. Do just like one more. Maybe, oh gosh. I feel like we can almost do more lights. Gotta go to sleep. All right, Vanix, thanks for coming in. Thanks for being here. The Prestige Collection, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. We've got 114 people in here. We've got 28 new followers, 77,000 likes. So if you're in here and you haven't done so, do me a favor, drop a follow. Definitely helps out a lot. Follows, likes, saying anything in the chat, even if it's just saying hi, smiley face, whatever it is. Coming into the chat and being engaged like that helps out way more than you know. Helps push us out on the For You page, gets us exposure, gets us out there, all that good stuff. What do we think? What do we think? Starry, anything in the chat? What do we think? What do we think? Looks great. See, you know, thank you. I don't know. Sometimes you do just have to trust the process, but also, like, I feel like there's still some stuff missing. Like, I feel like I wish we could do a little more to it, and maybe we can think about it as the day goes on and figure out something that we can do. Maybe it's just me being crazy. But I think that's also kind of one of the things that makes this game so good, is that you do have limited tools. So you kind of have to work with what you have. and make it work. You know what I mean? And if you can't make it work, then I don't know if we're going to be able to do that on this side. Let's just try anyways. Promise we'll go back to daytime. Bean approves. Psh, Bean, girl. You've come a long way to saying I approve. A long way. Let's daytime. Let's do daytime. Brace yourself. Terry, welcome in. Thank you for the army. Nita Bonita, thank you for the club cheers. 5 of them. And the army. Girl. Thank you so much, friend. I've always approved. Okay. Anyways, Starry with 400 minutes. Starry, I messaged you the other day doing the usuals, and I saw that you've been in here since like April, which feels like a long time ago. Lofi, welcome in. Gotta play while watching your stream for inspo. That's awesome, Lofi. Hopefully everything's going well. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching, friend. Don't even. That's the plan. That's the plan for this. We want it going down. We want it to be higher on this end and coming down slightly sloped. That's been the plan. And you know what? What we can also do potentially, what if we put a banner on it? Can we do that? Can we move this out of the way real quick? Can we move this out of the way real quick? And let's can we raise this up here? Let's do this. Let's do a single fence. Let's put a banner on it. Let's drop that banner down. Can we go any lower with it? Yeah, let's do the same thing over here. I feel like we had to do it like that just so that, see how it's trying to clip to the top? That's why I did it like that, so it wouldn't clip to the top, because that's the issue we're running into with it. 80, friend, welcome in. How are you? Let's take this one down lower. Let's tuck this one in. Let's edit it so they don't connect as much as I would like for them to connect. Let's not let them connect. And let's do one more beside it at a higher height. What do we think? Does that? Yeah, we're doing that 80 because when we were trying to place them on the specific spots, it auto snaps it to the top. Do we think that looks good, or should we? You know, I think the or we should use always end up with a little much, and then we just keep going. See, Star, we just gotta trust the process. Just gotta trust the process. New profile picture? Terry, do you have a new profile picture? Girl. Freaking slay. as they say, freaking slay. Gotta go sadly. Will apply the lessons I learned when I play later. You share your builds in the Discord if you haven't already. I know the Discord's got a lot of people in it, so I can't always keep track of it, but join the Discord, share your builds. Terry, thank you for the heart me. Connie, welcome in. Welcome in. AD said, freaking slay, crying. I'm sorry, AD. I took your saying. Sorry. All right. What about, let's just out of curiosity, I think we're doing too much. Sometimes there's a fine line between making it look good and too much. And sometimes I think we toe that edge very closely. Very closely. Mark knows it. Mark's coming in with the nails. Get the manny, get the petty. Mark knows it. Slay. Slay. Bean said, leave it alone, question mark. How about that? How about we try doing that for once? Have we ever thought about leaving it alone? Ever? Have we ever thought about that? Possibly, by chance. At any point in time. 3 different style lights. Oh, goodness. Are we adding more Raven? Why you gotta say it like that? Y'all make me feel weird about it. Oh my gosh, y'all make me feel weird like I'm doing just too much. Alright, let's take a breath. Take a sip. Take a drink. Bean is sneaking out for food. Wait, Bean, what are you eating for food? Also, tell me when you leave so I can delete your sign. But when are you, what are you getting for food? She probably already left. PB&J? That's awesome. Toasted PB&J. So there's nighttime, yeah. Delete her sign. That's insane. Toasted always. We would never delete her sign. Can you all see this over here? Y'all can't see what I'm doing over there, can you? Y'all couldn't see that, could you? Go ahead, I'm gone. Oh, shoot. We did a little too soon. I left, I'm not even here. Oh my gosh, y'all are wild. Y'all are wild. Oh, goodness. It's meant to be calming and chill. You just get on to be cozy and be creative. Yeah, that's all you do. So this is Tiny Glade. This is it. That's all you do. Just build. Just build, do the creations, do the building and stuff and all that good stuff. And that's it. All right, let's delete these buildings right here. And let's think about how we're going. Oh, look at that. I didn't realize that when you hovered over it, has it always done that? Did Tiny Glade sneak an update in here that we're not aware of? Like this highlights to that window. Is this new? Is this new? I don't remember it doing that. I remember this appearing. Has it always done that? Okay, 80. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna delete it. It's okay. It's alright. Starry. Thank you for the heart puff. Angel coming in with the heart me. Terry with the heart me. Nita with the 5 cheers as well. I'm pretty sure I got that one. 30 new followers, 80,000 likes, 164 people in here at the moment. So everyone, welcome in. If you're new here and you haven't done so, do me a favor. Drop a follow. Do the thing. Drop a follow, say something in the chat, and do the thing. What is it with the decor on it? So this building over here, is this what you're talking about, Cookie Monster? Let's turn to daytime real quick. So in September, they're coming out with an update where we will have a decor menu. But one of the things that I do is I take a building, flatten the roof, and make it just a regular platform. And I'll take all the little decor items and just put them on the building. This way we kind of have like a palette of decor items or props or whatever you want to call them. Just makes it easier to go over and pick from them, grab them, see the size, see how they might look with where you're going. PK, there are no NPCs. There are no NPCs. But personally, I think that even when they add the decor menu, I might keep doing this because sometimes when you're building, it might be easier to be like, I wonder how a wheelbarrow would look right here in that gap. And it might be a little better to go over here and be like, oh, that wheelbarrow looks a little too big. Those look a little too big. So maybe instead, maybe we do something like this in the middle because I think visually this will fit better. You know what I mean? But we already have one of those right beside it. So maybe that. Eco, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? How are you? Hopefully everything's going well. It's okay, X. We know you don't want to remove it because it took time. Hey, it did. It did. Shadow. Thank you for the tiny Carl. So I kind of want to do, should we do a church down here? Should we do like a church maybe right here? How big? How big for the church? We do have a little church right here. And we don't really want to take away from the kingdom. PK, the castle looks good. Thank you, friend. Thank you, thank you. Angel, thank you for the rose and the 3 tiny Carls. The villagers need another one. And you know what? Maybe what we can do with this, maybe we'll use this church as kind of like a community building as well. And maybe we can say that it'll be like a school area and that type of stuff. I'm trying to think. A rec center type thing? Yeah, a rec center, church, communal place, maybe school type of thing. Trying to think of how it would look because we also need to do something with this entryway right here. Make houses outside the castle for the taxpayers, right? That's pretty much what these are. Little houses, apartments, such stuff. How come you don't have fountains? We don't have any wells either. Someone did come in asking about a well. We haven't put any wells down on this map. Maybe we should do that somewhere as well. Get it as well. Wells. Have more wells, can we say? I also think the way this passage is, I think we might need to do something with that guy. Right through here. Make that a walkway, per se. Subway outside, let's go. Let's go. Should we do it kind of big for this area down here? Those town folk need water. They do. They do. Let's adjust this. And you know, we might just completely redo that fence. The plan for this fenced area, we're just gonna make that the wild. We're just gonna do a bunch of trees over there. What does that mean? Let's see. I'm trying to think how we can do this where it's facing them, but not really too crazy with it. And I don't know if going too big with it. Mess with it. Let's just play. as we've been doing. What time is it anyways? 3:30. All right. We've been going for an hour, 30 minutes. We've got 122 people in here at the moment, 32 new followers, 82,000 likes. So, just gonna mess with it. See what we got. $82,000. I'm done. I'm done. Why would you say that, 80? If we get going too big with this, I think we already are. Let's go ahead and downsize this a bit. Let's bring this in. Bring that guy in. I think the width is okay. Bring it back a little bit. And honestly, the height. I do wish you could go smaller with the buildings. Because now that we put, I kind of want to put something like this on the top of it as well. But if we're going to do that, then we need to keep it this size. You know, we've deleted entire buildings before. One of the most disappointing things that I've done was when we were on this map. Let's just look at it. When we were on this map, I created a building back here, and it was not this building, and I was like, it's not matching what we're going for, so we completely deleted it after spending an entire live creating it. So don't put it past me. Kaylin, super fan status Kaylin, coming in. How are you doing? I've reached a point where I'm committed to the bit, but I hate yourself afterwards. I mean, so glad I wasn't there for that. That was before I had very many viewers. Irish goodbye by accident? Kaylin, no worries. Honestly, I prefer Irish goodbyes. You know, when I say goodbye on here, I'm kind of slow with it. Kind of take my time. And then I'm like, well, you know what? Let's do one more thing. But when it comes to, let's do one more click right here, and then we'll move it and we'll adjust it. There we go. But in real life, Irish goodbyes all day. Sure. Actually, you know what? Let's just take it all and bring it all out. That way it does that. And then kind of take my time, understatement much. In real life, dude, I'm out the door before you even notice. Out the door. Like when was it, like 2 weekends ago when I went to my wife's friend's like kids party or something like that. No, it was their 30th party. So we went to their 30th birthday party. While wifing around, telling everybody goodbye and stuff. I was like, tell them I said goodbye. It was bad. He used the all arrow. What does that mean? Clear vision, welcome in. Oh, I get you. I get you, 80. Sassy, welcome in. This is relaxing. It's probably the definition of relaxing. Partially. Sometimes there are some frustrating parts, like when you're trying to touch a lantern and adjust it and you can't quite grab it. Yes, sometimes it'll get you bugging out a little bit. But besides that, it's definitely relaxing. These must not be flat. But that's alright. It's not 100% flat. That's okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this guy, put it on top right here. Just do it over here. This guy is way too tall. Shrink that down. We're also going to add a front end to this building, but I'm thinking we might be too big for the scale of it. I think we might be too big. PK, thanks for the follow, friend. Let's see. Let's take it out like this a little bit. Flip it like that. The detail and the sound so satisfying. It is. It truly is. I was kind of hoping to have those support beams right there, but we don't. That's all right. Jess, welcome in. Thank you for the rose, the heart puff, and the love you so much. Gar. Thank you, friend. What if we drop this down? That's what we want. We want those pillars to pop up. That's what we're aiming for. That way we can take these and bring them to the edge like that. And then let's change this building to like the lighter color. So those pop out and give some detail. And then we're going to change this guy up here to the lighter color also. We'll change this guy to the darker color. And these guys, let's change them to the lighter as well. Vibes, welcome in, welcome in. Saying hi at the sea. That's awesome. What are we doing at sea? We fishing? We hanging out? We vacationing? We on a cruise? And in all honesty, I don't know. We might adjust this. Vacationing? Let's go. That sounds pretty freaking exciting. Actually, can we do this and continue? Oh, takes that away. Then we have another building hiding in there. I feel like we have another building that's kind of just hiding in there. Superfan status. A landscraper coming into the live. How you doing, friend? How's your day going? I feel like we're kind of a little too big with this. We'll just kind of flow with it, see what happens. Going well? Happy Friday? Absolutely. Happy Friday to you. On the castle, is there anything under the top layer? So we do have some secret areas underneath the castle. If we go down here, it's daytime, so it's hard to see it during the daytime. But we do have a secret little spot down here. And then here, let's change it to nighttime just real quick to see it. And then we have another secret spot down here. Logs, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. So kind of, we have stuff under the castle, per se. Then we do have another little thing tucked in here. I think one of these rooms, we kind of put a door in it, and I think we put a lantern in it somewhere. I forget where. Darren, yeah, I could almost guarantee you that some people use this game to create their D&D maps and bring them to life. I've I've had a person message me before regarding their D&D map, and they're like, "Can you create my D&D map?" I was like, "I appreciate the map, but I don't think it's gonna happen in a polite way." I don't know that this church thing. I think we went too big with it when we were doing it because we got this guy. We didn't even put a door on it as well. Let's do a smaller part coming up to it. And potentially something like this. Oops. And we do a lamp in the tower belt. Yeah, we can see what it looks like. Let's raise this up, drag it back like this. Getting these things to line up is very tedious. Let's actually lower it down like that. Lower this guy down. This guy, flip it like that. I think when we do this, we need to come up a little more on the height. No. We don't have enough space for a door. Triple stack window. Rectangular door. Pair of lives, yeah. I don't think I would be interested in pair of lives though. You really want to add a copy paste feature. Yeah, and a grouping aspect of it. Yeah, a group tool would be phenomenal. That's for sure. Judgy, welcome in. Thanks for the heart meat, the Go Populars, and the Tiny Carl. Judgy, how's your day going? How's your night? How's your morning? What's the end goal? So the end goal is just building. That's it. We're currently working on a floating kingdom build. So as you see, we have a floating kingdom. Looks pretty good. We have a little communal area, a little bar, a little upper class area of living. We have a marketplace on the back side over here. And then just different various buildings, apartments, social areas, all that good stuff. Is it completely floating? It is. It is. Joji, what's for breakfast? It's kind of like SimCity. I always compare it to SimCity in Minecraft if they had a child, and it was extremely cute and a lot more aesthetically appealing. Day was okay. That's good. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. And we have a little dock underneath the kingdom. Yeah, at Rio. So we have tons of videos on my TikTok page that go over how to do stuff, but essentially you use the stairs tool and put it under the support beams and delete the base of the stairs tool. And that's essentially how you do it. Just like that. Let's just throw some windows on this building. Mine Sim Craft City. Kind of. Tired Runner. How are you doing, friend? How's your day going? Let's do... Let's do this, perhaps. Is there a limit to the glade height? Yeah, there's a limit to the glade height, and there's a limit to the size of your glade as well. So hang tight. Let's do this thing real quick. All right, so glade height. So here's your glade, the size of your glade. Let's do this view over here real quick. So there's a limit to the size of your glade, and this is how big your glade is, right? So there's a limit to the size. When it comes to building, you're restricted to this area. You can see it has like a little dotted line around the edges of it. And when you put your buildings down, there's a limit on the size of your building, and you can put buildings side by side to make them make them appear to be even bigger. And then you can raise them off the ground. And that's how high you can go. So there is a limit to how high you can go. But I mean, in all honesty, that's pretty tall. So if you wanted to, you could go pretty big with it. I didn't realize that these got skinnier as you go down them. Lauren, gotta give it time, friend. But I always recommend for people, if you struggle with the game, hop on Google and search cozy castle, village, church, cottage. something small and just use that as inspiration and recreate it. That's what I always recommend. Lauren, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Let's see. Let's see. Do. Babes, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. We've got 39 new followers from this live. So if you've been in here hanging out, lurking, if you enjoy the content, Tiny Glade, the live, whatever else, do me a favor, drop a follow. Doing follows, saying stuff in the chat, sending likes, all that stuff helps out with the live, puts us on the For You page, gets us more exposure, all that good stuff. So it really does help out. Favorite glade I've built so far? It would be probably be a toss-up between, I don't know if this is going to work very well for this spot. It'd probably be a toss-up between the one that we just created and our city build that we have. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm really liking the church. Let's do this. Let's run this side to side. Bring it up like this. About like that. Sam, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? Kind of did that because I don't really like the way that looks so blocky. Like that. So we're trying to smooth it out a bit. That's what the goal was for that. Days are live most weekdays around 2 p.m. Eastern time. Generally speaking, that's when we go live. I try to go live on the weekends, but I am married, have a wife, do the husband things, hang out with the wife, all that good stuff. So the weekends, not always guaranteed, but most weekdays around 2 p.m. for sure. Okay. The wife sent me a text. Her nanny, we've talked about her nanny being in the she fell and broke her femur. Now she's in rehab, and well, she has a UTI now, and she has a fever. So things are getting a little rough. But I think with that being said, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it quits for the day on this part. I think the sign turned out well. We're gonna have to do some thinking of how we're gonna get the layout of this area. And honestly, we might do something different with this church. I feel like it's definitely looking very blocky compared to our normal builds, and compared, like, this guy kind of looks blocky as well. But when it comes to Mount Saint Michel, it definitely has a very blocky part to it. But as far as the rest of it, I don't know. We'll have to do some looking into it, as they say. Wish we could copy more than just the props. Yeah, hopefully they'll add that. The grouping feature would be awesome. Like, say we wanted to duplicate this building or completely move it. It'd be nice if you could just group all of it together and then just click it and move it. But that being said, we're going to call it quits for the day. So we've got 93,000 likes, 44 new followers, 29 people have come in with gifts, 63,000 people. Just kidding, 6,300 people have stopped in. And we got 100 people in here at the moment. So if you haven't hit the follow button, do me a favor, drop a follow. But we'll catch you next time. Maybe we'll be going live tonight. Can't promise anything, but I'll catch y'all later. All right. Smooches. Adios. Love you. Bye. Well, we're going to go and end as well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being awesome. Big smooches. We'll catch you later.